is the reason why this tiny duckling sleeps on top of the kitten's head every single night. It was their first Christmas Eve in a small Ohio town. The house was warm. The loud, howling wind terrified the little yellow duckling, who started chirping frantically, shivering with trauma from the cold. The white kitten, sensing the fear, immediately abandoned its warm bowl of milk. It gently nudged the duckling toward the glowing Christmas tree to distract him. Under the twinkling red and green lights, the kitten licked the duckling's feathers to calm him down, purring deeply. They discovered a small box wrapped in red paper. It was their first shared gift. The kitten dragged the soft blanket inside it to the fireplace and pulled the duckling in close. They fell asleep watching the stockings, safe and loved. Now, they are inseparable soulmates, proving family isn't about blood. But do you think the duckling actually knows he's not a cat? Because seeing their unbreakable bond, Luna walks around like she owns the entire world. She fearlessly hunts invisible bugs, attacks my ankles, and sits on the highest furniture looking down on everyone with her piercing amber eyes. But her reign of terror ends instantly the second she hears the roar of the vacuum cleaner. The moment I turn on that loud machine, the fearless predator dissolves into a trembling ball of white fluff. Today, I searched everywhere and finally found her shaking uncontrollably underneath the living room sofa, eyes wide with pure panic. But she wasn't alone. Pip, the tiny yellow duckling who usually trips over his own feet, was standing guard right in front of her. He wasn't hiding. He puffed out his tiny chest, flapped his wings aggressively, and quacked furiously at the mechanical monster. He absolutely refused to let the vacuum get anywhere near his terrified best friend. Seeing a 3-inch tall duckling risking his life to protect a predator. Reason why this cat acts like a mother to a tiny duck. The morning after the massive Ohio blizzard, the world was frozen solid. Luna the white kitten begged to go outside, and Pip the yellow duckling followed, thinking he was tough enough for the winter. But the snow was deeper than the house. Pip took one brave step off the porch and instantly vanished into a 3-foot drift. I dropped my camera to run, but Luna was faster. She didn't hesitate. She dove headfirst into the powder like a snow leopard on a mission. For 5 agonizing seconds, all I saw was white. Then, she emerged, gently dragging the shivering duckling onto the cleared path. She immediately wrapped her fluffy tail around him to share her body heat until I brought a warm towel. She looked at her with pure adoration. They sat watching the icy sunrise together, a predator and prey united by survival. But do you think he knows he's a bird? Because seeing Luna dive into the snow to save Pip is the reason why Snowball the white kitten and Quackers the yellow duckling are currently wanted by the FBI for culinary crimes. It all started at 3 a.m. when these two decided to make a surprise breakfast. Quackers found the flour bag and assumed it was a sandbox, while Snowball thought the eggs were tennis balls. I woke up to a loud crash and found Quackers sliding across the counter on a stick of butter like a professional surfer, knocking over a gallon of milk. Snowball was literally fighting the toaster because it popped up too fast. The kitchen looked like a bomb went off inside a bakery. When I turned on the light, they both froze. Snowball pretended to be a fluffy paper towel, and Quackers just stood there with a piece of toast on his head like a hat. They think they are innocent because they are fluffy and cute, but the sheer amount of destruction they caused in 5 minutes is the reason why my bathroom is currently flooded and I am soaking wet while wearing a helmet. Since Snowball and Quackers were covered in pancake batter from their kitchen heist, I decided to give them a bath. Big mistake. Quackers the duckling thought the bathtub was a VIP pool party and started doing cannonballs off the faucet, splashing water everywhere. Snowball, however, reacted as if I was dipping him into acid. He engaged spider mode and climbed purely on the shower curtain, ripping it down while screaming. I tried to grab them, but the soap made them slippery like eels. Quackers was surfing on a bar of soap across the floor, while Snowball knocked the hairdryer into the sink. The worst part was the drying process. Snowball puffed up to 3 times his size like an angry dandelion, and Quackers shook water directly into my open mouth. I looked at the chaos, took a deep breath, and realized that this hygiene attempt is the reason why I am currently hallucinating after drinking my 5th cup of coffee. It started when Luna forgot she was a cat and began running sideways on the walls like a fuzzy ninja defying gravity. She then launched herself across the room, smashing my favorite lamp onto the floor just to see if gravity still worked. While I panicked, Pip hijacked the robot vacuum and rode it into battle, crashing into every table leg in the living room. I tried to calm them down, but they rejected their expensive beds to build a secret fortress inside my pile of clean laundry. When I finally crawled into bed, Luna decided my toes were undercover enemies and launched a full claw attack under the sheets. Pip was no better. He sat there staring at the ceiling fan, quacking at it for an hour because he thought it was a giant helicopter. By 3 a.m., my bedroom looked like a crime scene. Feathers were everywhere. Luna chose to sleep directly on my windpipe, effectively choking me for 3 hours straight, and Pip ignored his luxury pillow to pass out inside a greasy, empty pizza box. But the second the sun came up, they recharged instantly and started jumping on my stomach like it was a trampoline. Is the reason why I am currently unemployed and banned from every corporate Zoom meeting. I tried to work from home. It started when the kitten decided the mouse cursor on my screen was a real enemy and physically attacked my expensive monitor with full claws out. The duckling waddled across my mechanical keyboard and accidentally sent an email to my CEO that just said quack quack repeatedly. I crawled under the desk to fix the connection, but the kitten was already there, chewing on the fiber optic internet cable like it was delicious spaghetti. Then, I looked up to see the duckling trying to swim inside my large iced coffee, splashing sticky brown liquid all over my important tax documents. The printer suddenly turned on, and the kitten went into full combat mode, shredding every single sheet of paper that came out like a paper shredder. The duckling flew onto my head like a hat, and the kitten knocked the webcam face down onto the floor. My boss saw nothing but chaos and heard me screaming, so now I am sitting here with 2 cute pets who ruined my life, and that's the reason why I canceled my gym membership and am currently trapped under a squat rack. I tried to do a home workout, but the white kitten and yellow duckling decided it was their personal ninja warrior course. It began when the duckling discovered the treadmill. He cranked the speed up to maximum and turned into a high-speed, feathery projectile, shooting right off the back end. The white kitten decided my yoga mat was a mortal enemy, attacking it with full claws until she got hopelessly tangled in a resistance band cocoon. I tried to rescue her, but the duckling managed to knock over an entire open tub of chocolate protein powder, creating a giant, dusty explosion that coated the room. The kitten escaped the bands and immediately jumped onto the hanging pull-up rings, swinging wildly like a furry wrecking ball straight toward my head. I dodged the kitten, tripped over a heavy dumbbell, got wrapped up in the jump rope, and finally collapsed into the pile of expensive chocolate dust. The home gym is now a total disaster zone of powder, shredded rubber, and overturned equipment that smells terribly like artificial chocolate. Is the reason why my house looks like an art museum exploded. I tried to paint, but the funny kitten and duckling had other plans. The duckling mistook the paint tray for a swimming pool and did a belly flop straight into the thick, bright blue latex. Then the kitten attacked the wet roller midair, shredding the foam and spraying blue droplets all over the room like rain. I tried to catch them but slipped on the plastic sheet. The blue duckling escaped and waddled across the wood floor, leaving permanent webbed footprints in every single hallway. Meanwhile, the kitten climbed the ladder and knocked a bucket of white paint directly onto my head like a waterfall. My living room is now a chaotic masterpiece of mixed colors, ruined furniture. They are currently sitting high up admiring their work, looking like proud artists who just finished a funny meme project, and that is the reason why I am banned from every neighborhood cookout. It started when the duckling waddled up to the grill and stole a raw hot dog that was bigger than his entire body. The kitten saw the theft and chased him, tackling the duck right into a giant open bottle of sticky BBQ sauce. I tried to clean them up, but the kitten jumped onto the charcoal bag, ripping it open and creating a massive black dust cloud. Then the duckling knocked over the cooler, flooding the patio with ice water while sliding around like an Olympic skater. The smoke alarm went off because the kitten threw a whole bag of marshmallows directly onto the hot coals. My backyard is now a sticky, smoky disaster zone covered in ash, sauce, and ruined food. They are currently sitting on the empty cooler looking hungry for more destruction. And that is the reason why I am banned from the local grocery store forever.
Get out! You are not welcome in this store. Take your pets and leave immediately.
I took the funny kitten and duckling shopping, and it was a massive mistake. The duckling turned the shopping cart into a race car, drifting straight into a giant pyramid of expensive glass olive jars. Meanwhile, the kitten climbed the cereal aisle shelves and knocked down 500 boxes of sugary loops onto the floor. I tried to catch them, but the duckling discovered the automatic mist sprayers in the vegetable section and took a shower. The kitten then jumped into the open freezer, shredding a bag of frozen peas that spilled like green marbles everywhere. It got worse when the duckling rode the checkout conveyor belt and got scanned as a frozen turkey by the confused cashier. The store manager chased us out, slipping on the peas, while the security alarm blared in the background.
This is a disaster! Who is responsible for this mess?
They are now sitting in the reusable bag acting innocent, but the cleanup bill I just received.